Hey y'all, I'm back. Yes, honey, I am Niambi Shalee, and I talk about all things spirit. So, for those of you who do not know, um, this channel was derived because I went through my spiritual awakening. And I say all the time, just because you go through a spiritual awakening, it doesn't mean anything unless you apply those things to your life. And during my awakening process, it had me like God, Spirit Source had me going over everything that I have learned and relearning as well as getting new information. So I went to scripture. It's hard to talk about spirituality when you have a Christian background. Um, and then you learn spirituality, which is one's way of life. That's it. One's way of life. And how we have been conditioned or programmed to think away. And what spirituality does, it asks you to forget everything that you learned. Forget all of that. And what do you want? What do you want your life to look like? And when doing that, you have to lay down some of those standards that you gave yourself, that other people gave you, so to speak. You have to lay those down, because if you have any type of guilting, judging, shaming of yourself, then it's going to be very hard for you to manifest, because that's what spirituality is at the end of the day. How do I create the life that I want for myself? Meaning one's way of life. And so I went over this whole process of how we were conditioned and we were told a thing. And what God's Spirit Source is telling you is, let's go over here, right, to yourself, and let's figure it out, me and you. You and Source. Because when you do that, you broke down all of those standards that you were trying to live on, those constructs that were set up for you to fail in anyway, because that's what this nation was built on. It was built on a patriarchal construct. So it's all man everything. It's masculine everything. And then the world wants to know, why are women so masculine now? Because the teachings has made it all male everything. And when that man doesn't stand up to what society says, he tucks tail and run on the woman. So now the woman has to be the dominant, has to play the dominant role. But like I said, that structure was set up so that you're always looking out. You're always looking to. You're always wishing for and groveling to. But when you study the law of attraction, which is a law, just like the law of gravity. If I drop something, it will fall. That's the law of gravity. The law of attraction is understanding that we are electromagnetic beings. Anything that I want, not what somebody else wants for me. Anything that I want, I can have. I can have it. It doesn't matter. I can find someone that's vibrating on that level that gives me exactly what it is that I want. I can have this thing that I look at all the time and not just wish for it and say that my money cannot buy it, my pockets can't handle that. No, I can have that per law of attraction. I can have it. But they didn't teach us this, because this country was built on, how do I build followers? And that is what the nation has become, a group of followers. You don't have people just And the people that are just going out on a whim, they had the money to back them. Or they had, or they had a strong level of faith and they allowed their talent to do it for them. But the power of imagination, the power of visualization, the power of these type of things getting you exactly what it is that you want, we were not taught that. So, of course, number one, it's a process that you got to break yourself down. You have to break yourself all the way down. And I say this because it's in the book. It's in the book, but it's a lot of fluff in there. It's in this book. But all this book is talking about is a power and people. Not these other entities that they have allowed and brought up, the devil. No, evil is people. Anytime you hear about a mass shooting or anytime you hear about some things going on in the world, it just be people and their spirit, and how it's been a perpetual generation thing. This is in their spiritual DNA. That's it. And they haven't understood that all this stuff you're trying to stand up to and battle. You don't battle spirits, flesh, and blood. You battle spirit with the spirit. So I'm gonna go to one of the sermons that I was getting from a pastor. Said something about burning sage. And I'm a sage burner. I burn Palo Santo mostly now, unless I have, and I'll tell you the situation where I burn sage. I will burn sage when I've had like a party at my house or something. Like I had a event or something. Then I'll go remove all negative energies or spirits or whatever. But mostly, I just burn Palo Santo for the most part. And that's a daily practice of mine to clear the energies, to allow God's spirit source in. But yeah, my rant started with a guy talking about burning sage, a pastor. And I'm like, Pastor, I would be like, that's one of the reasons why I never went to church after 18. Because it didn't sound right to me. It never sounded right for a man to tell you what to do or another person to tell you what to do. Like, it just never clicked for me. It was like, curl, not quite right, Luther. Like, no, it just never, ever, ever sat well with me. So I never allowed that to move me. But of course, bits and pieces stayed in there. Little seeds that was planted stayed in there. And I was like, sometimes I'd be like, well, maybe I'm just not doing right. But I never was like, oh, well, let me do what they say is right. Because what they say is right, you be listening to them for 20 years and then see a sex tape get released on them. Yeah. Or they had babies all through the church. Or as in the Southern Baptists, they been hiding sex scandals. So it taught me, when I broke it all the way down, and I'm just breaking it down for you in this Sunday service, is that book ain't talking about nothing but people. Talking about people and spirits. And realizing once I broke it all the way down, I was able to go to zero. Nothing is in there. Meditation. Nothing is going on. I'm meditating. I'm connecting with Source. Me and Source having a conversation because I ain't saying nothing. Mouth closed, mind shut off. Let's meet right here. Start thinking about what I'm cooking later. Nope. Hard stop. We're meeting right here. Me and Source meeting right here. And I started to get the downloads, because that's what happens is when you start to go into your spiritual process and you realize, okay, what I'm seeing, it's not even real. I could create whatever it is that I want. I told you, I've said this before. If you have not ever, this is your very first time running into me. If you are not putting, because this book is of parables, and if you are not putting yourself in the Jesus parable, you being a representation of Jesus. You being the child of the Father. You being an extension of Source. The Father, the Daughter, the Holy Ghost. Now think of that spiritually. Source, me, and the universe brings you whatever. Yeah. Yeah. But they put it in a book and they told you can only get that on Sunday. And then you go to the Father every day, begging, pleading, and groveling. When stuff go wrong, they skewed the law of attraction. The law of attraction, per the law of attraction, you can't get nothing doing this. You get little bits and pieces, and you seen the power. Oh, I know that was God. Because he got to show up. But imagine him showing up every day. Oh, imagine him showing up every day. I'm talking about miracles every day. I'm talking about what I want every day. Now I'm talking about what I want every day. Because I meditate every day. I communicate every day. I ain't talking about no please, would you, could yous. I'm not laying prostrate for nobody. But, yeah. Yeah. I'm not. I see them now with their sweat rag. I just heard a pastor this morning. See, I still listen because I need to catch it in the spirit. I need to catch that message in the spirit. If that book ain't talking about nothing but people, I got a sermon today about JL. Yeah, you know, old girl who told Cicera, come on. Yeah, when you walk with a power that book talking about, and you figure out ain't nothing I could do bogus. Woo! I could take off. The reason why is, baby, like I said, after 18, mama pounded the streets. And he was always there. He was always over me. He was always watching me and instructing me and guiding me gently, baby. Because when I say I was all up in it, I want church. Who going to church? Girl, you better get out my face. I'm finna have mimosas. And it was like when I started having my spiritual awakening, God was like, Source was like, go back to get you some sermon. Baby, I was in here getting me some sermons. I was shouting and then Pastor such and such. Now, why would you say that about burning? How is that going to stop me from getting to the Father? How is that going to stop me from getting to Source? And it was like a blaring light in my face. See what I told you? That was Source. This why you don't listen to people. This why you don't let nobody tell you what to do. Baby, you can do what you want to do. You can't hurt people. I'm going to continuously say that. Now, you cannot hurt people. But whatever you doing in the comfort of your very own home ain't nobody business. I'm going to tell you when I stopped at 18. When that man my pastor, started talking about oral sex and what not supposed to be done with the... What? I'm going to get this thing. Don't play with me. Don't take when a person, I don't care who it is, just like these people out here trying to tell women about abortion. When a person starts talking up under your clothes, it's time for you to go. I gotta go. I remember now, this is a family thing. You go to church, it's a family thing. It's like, I'm gonna get to the story. It's like, I'm in a car at 18. Like, you can't ask your mama about it. You can't ask your daddy about it. This man talking about look at the construct. You're supposed to leave your parents who told you everything to do. Then you're supposed to get married. And then you're supposed to have children and get your picket fence. And none of that shit really work out like that. Because when I got the concept, they try to use, the father will come and will lead the 99 to come get the one. It never said that the father brought the one back to the herd. Oh! It never said the father brought the one back to the herd. That's what the father be trying to do, is get you by yourself. That's why you're going through. When you're going through and you don't understand, that's all the father wanted. Come to me and tell me what you want. You want a man? You want a woman? You want to do what you want to do? You want two? Do you want three? Do you want to have one over here, one over there? Tell me what you want. It's like people have just sat there and told you what you're supposed to do. You have listened to people. And that's not what it's about. That's the father. It's like, I could imagine a father looking down like, no, son. That's not. I remember listening to this guy having a conversation, and he was so about to cry. Like, he was so emotional about this sexual experience that he had, which was amazing for him, by the way, but he felt guilty. You got to stop guilting yourself. These people done told you regular shit that you do throughout your life, like burning sage. That's a false god. When I go to the story of when he told Moses, build a bronze snake and have them people look up at it. What is that? They will be healed from looking at a bronze snake. But then in the same sermon, you will say something about burning sage. How was burning sage a false god? Oh, I'm looking at this bundle of sage like, God, is that you? No, it's a way to keep you trapped. It's a way to keep you trapped and keep going back and looking. What are you going to say this Sunday? I know, not because I did it, because I've been out of that. I wanted to go back and get a spiritual lesson. And that's when I found out, when I went to zero and I took all that shit other people told me out per spirituality. And then I listened to and learned about law of attraction and realized, oh, they told us how to pray wrong. They teaching you how to beg. So what are you doing? You're attracting a beggar spirit. No. The Father, the power, source is guiding you. Come here. Bring your ass here. Now let's talk about it. What do you want to do? Who do you want to be with? You ain't got to be married. They told you you was monogamous. Damn it, we're not a monogamous species. The penguin is. Back to this story of JL. They in a whole war, baby. They in a whole war. And they all fighting. She left at JL, left at the camp. She's a woman. She left at the camp. They out there fighting and looking for Sisera. Sisera tucked ass and ran because Barak and all them had told Atlanta not they company. They fight us. So he running. He done left his people. He just needs somewhere to hide. He trying to get over to his boy house. And JL say, Sisera, come on. Spiritual lesson. Okay? She said, she said, come on in. Get a rest. That's his boy wife. Come on in, get a rest. He said he thirsty. She say, all right, he wants some water. She opened up the milk. Now, Milk makes you sleepy. That's a download. That's a spiritual download, which is what I talk about all the time. You already got the knowledge. Now get the spiritual download. You want some water? Let me give you some milk. Milk makes you sleepy. She gave him some milk, put him to sleep, covered him up, and got a tent peg and shoved it in his temple down to the ground. That's the words in this book. Now, let me give that to you spiritually. Remember I said 30 days, meditate, no negative thoughts, no thinking about nothing. That's how you putting those spirits to sleep. Put them to sleep. 30 days, no negative thoughts. 30 days, get up out that TV. 30 days, you putting them to sleep. You putting all of them spirits to sleep. You're not judging yourself about nothing. You are a good person. You do good things. You think the Father ain't going to accept you for what you did last night? How you laid down and had a wonderful experience and then got up and felt guilty? Don't feel guilty about stuff like that. You know what evil look like, right? See, they done told you how to just little regular shit you supposed to do that you was built for. You ain't supposed to do. That's a lie. Put that spirit to sleep. Go on to sleep. 30 days. Meditate. Cover it up. Cover them spirits up. We don't have a spirit of lack. We don't have a spirit of poverty. We don't have a spirit of judging. We don't have a spirit of confusion. We don't have a spirit of depression. We don't have none of them spirits. We put that to sleep. Because those are all things that was taught to you by somebody else. Remember I said spirit is people? People taught you that. Yeah. Put all that shit to sleep. Yeah. Night. And then when you see it's sleep, take a tent peg and drive it through his head. You know, cut the head off. Yeah. You cut the head off, kill the body. You know what I'm saying? Renewing your mind. Spirituality. Cleaning your heart. Because anything per the law of attraction that you are putting out, sending out about yourself or other people, this is why you clean. You have to stop looking at people and judging them. You have to stop looking at people and shaming them. You have to stop looking at people and thinking low about them because you're just doing it to you. See how that construct created, I'm better than you because people will be like, well, I eat my steak medium. I eat mine medium well. It's created a separative. Oh, I don't wash my chicken. Oh, I wash my chicken. I take a shower after I bathe. I don't do that. That's nasty. If you don't take a shower, it created a separatist. Everything. You better because you Catholic. You better because you Christian. You better because you Kojic. No. Yeah, it's been in that church for 23 years and you still got the same Bonneville. Like, come on. How do you manifest? I'm telling you. Stop all that separate shit. We all are connected. I don't care what. When I talk about this Bible, I got 4 of them. I gets in it. You see? I gets in it. But you know what? All that fluff that's in there, that I know that book is edited. I know that book was written by people trying to tell me what to do. Nah, baby. Trying to tell me it's a devil. Man, shut your ass up. It explains a serpent had arms and legs, walks about, to and fro, seeking to devour. If it don't shoot you in the head, it's going to try to fuck up your day. That's it. That's it. Period. People. Now, I'm going to get out of here because I done went over my time limit. But I had to get up and give you a little Sunday morning service. If you would like to donate to the channel, it's $Niambi Shalee at Cash App. Thank you very much. And I want to share with y'all my baby. Yes, it's fresh picked. It's a double blooming hibiscus. Came from my hibiscus tree outside. And y'all know where I'm up here, right? Y'all want me to tell you, I love you.